Alright guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be going over some shoulder growth tips. A few weeks ago I went over my chest growth tips. So this week we're going to be doing shoulders because I feel like it's definitely one of my stronger points in my physique, and I definitely have learned a lot throughout the years on how to better grow them. So I went to the gym about an hour ago and did a push day. So I'm going to go over the shoulder portion of that workout, and then at the end of the video I'm going to give you guys a full shoulder workout that I did for pretty much the past 4 months. I just recently switched to push-pull legs, but I'm going to give you guys the workout that I had been doing before that because I definitely saw a lot of growth with that as well. But yeah, we're gonna start off by sitting down, going over my current shoulder workout. So let's get into it. This is gonna be the same format as to when I did that chest growth tips video a few weeks ago. So we have the shoulder portion of my push workout from earlier today. I have 2 different push workouts and this is the first one of the week. So I'll show the other exercises that I do on the second push day after this. All right, so first exercise, 3 sets, 8 to 12 reps of dumbbell shoulder press. So I switched from barbell overhead press to dumbbell shoulder press. Switching from barbell overhead press to dumbbell shoulder press has allowed me to fix some of the imbalances that I have in my shoulders. Doing a barbell movement, there's always the chance of overcompensating with one side since you're just pushing the one bar. But whenever I do dumbbells, I have to exert the same amount of force with each arm. And I have had a shoulder injury in the past, so my left shoulder has always been weakened. So switching to the dumbbell movements and more isolation has really helped fix some of the imbalances that I've had. I also think just overall, this is probably the best exercise to grow your shoulders because you have a backrest. Whenever you're doing an overhead press, you are just standing with the barbell, so you have to engage your core. But whenever you're doing seated dumbbell, you have a backrest and you're just really isolating the shoulders without having to engage anything else. You can also see that I'm not always fully locking out just because that puts more pressure on your triceps. So whenever I do softer lockouts, I feel like I'm able to really isolate the shoulders a little bit more and not hit my triceps as much, just because later on in the workout I do triceps. All right, next we have front raises, 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps. These of course target the front delts, and because it is such a small muscle to isolate, I always do higher reps with lower amounts of weight. Since I've already done pressing earlier in the workout, my front delt has already been indirectly worked. So these are more just about blood flow and a pump. And like I've already said, I'm just really prone to shoulder injuries, so I've learned that doing higher volume is just better for me to grow. All right, then here's a little physique update / shoulder pump. If you've been following me for a while, you can see that in the last 6 months or so, I definitely have had a lot of shoulder growth. So very pleased with how everything's been going with my training. All right, so for the other push day, we're starting off with the machine shoulder press. So on this push day, I start off with dumbbell incline, and I don't like doing 2 different dumbbell presses. So that's why I do this machine, and I grip it with the closer grip because I feel like it targets my front delt a little bit more when I'm pushing. I really like this exercise because with machines, you're able to really push yourself to failure without as much of a risk of injury, because obviously, you know, if I'm failing on this machine, it's just gonna go back down. Not really a high chance of injury. Whereas if I was using barbells or dumbbells, you never know, you could just have some weird motion and then the weight kind of falls on you. So I'm really able to go to failure, and I do 3 sets, 8 to 12 reps on this as well. All right, after that, I'm doing lateral raises, and I will go heavier on that sometimes, but again, I stay in that 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. And the lateral raise is actually a very difficult movement just because everyone you see does them a little bit differently. What I like to do is lean forward, make sure my wrists never go above my elbow, and then have my arms slightly bent, and it's like I'm pushing them out towards the corners of the room. A lot of people I see, they're straight up, and then it's almost like they're bringing the dumbbells back, but that's not hitting your medial delt as much as if you are pushing them more forward while you're bent over. You have a lot more pressure right here. So those are all the exercises that I currently do for my shoulders. I do 6 sets each workout, which is a total of 12 sets per week. I found that 12 to 20 sets weekly is a good sweet spot for me for each muscle group. And since my shoulders are kind of a strong point, I stick to that lower range. Another thing which I explained in my chest video is that for pretty much everything, I do 8 to 12 reps. When I say 8 to 12 reps, I am going to failure or close to it, and so I'm picking a weight that I can do in that medium rep range. Over time, this allows me to progressive overload and get stronger, because say I can do 30 pounds on lateral raises for 3 sets of 12, right? So then I do 35s, but I can only do 8 reps. Well, if I keep doing the 35s on lateral raises and eventually, go to failure every workout, then I should be able to do more and more reps over time. Basically just push myself to failure until I could do 12, and then I would up the weight again. With a lot of things that can take time, so you might be doing the same weight for a while, But again, just as long as you're going to failure in that medium rep range, then you'll be golden. Also, I don't just neglect rear delts. I do rear delts and traps on my pull days. If I were to try to add in rear delts on my push days, it would just make my push workout disproportionately longer than my pull days. So I like to keep my workouts around the same amount of time every day. So I like to do rear delts on that pull day. For rear delts, I either do face pulls or bent over dumbbell flies. And then for traps, I just do dumbbell shrugs. All right, so now that I've gone over everything that I'm currently doing, I'm now going to give you guys a really good shoulder workout that I did for the past 4 months and I saw a lot of growth with. Because for the past 16 weeks, I did a body part split. Like I've mentioned before, I like to switch up my training style every 4 months. Yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. I think body part splits can be very enjoyable just to switch things up, and this workout's really good. All right, so exercise 1 is gonna be dumbbell shoulder press, 4 sets, 8 reps. Exercise 2 is lateral raises, 3 sets of 12 reps. Exercise 3 is reverse machine flies, which targets your rear delts. It's whenever you have the fly machine and you pull the weight back. 3 sets, 12 reps. And then finishing off, you'll do 2 rest pause sets of a machine overhead press. So you'll pick a weight that you can do 8 to 10 reps for, rest 15 seconds, then you'll do 4 to 6 reps, rest 15 seconds, and then you'll do 2 to 4 reps to failure, and that is 1 set. So that's just my standalone shoulder workout that I do whenever I'm not doing push-pull legs that you can try. And that is everything that I do to get bigger shoulders. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you leave a like. Comment below any questions that you have or any videos you would like to see. Also, subscribe if you are new. We are so close to 1,000. I'm really trying to get that before the end of the year. I will see you guys next week. Peace.